what are we going to do? We're going to do three things. The first thing is we're going to tell the stories of this city, right? I don't think many people have a misconception of Hull. I think most people have no conception of Hull, and that is wrong, and we're going to fix that. Because every city in this country has contributed to the life of this country and indeed the world, and Hull has done that more than others, because as a port nation, it has exported ideas all around the world and continues to do so. And so for those people that think this city in the north, on the edge, isn't relevant, we're going to absolutely correct that misconception. The second thing we're going to do is we're going to talk about the north, because actually this has become a really interesting time to do things in the north because of this story about the Northern Powerhouse. Now that's a politicised story, and you can believe it or you can not believe it, but it's not going away, so we may as well jump on the bus. And we need to make sure that, as well as an industrial conversation and a conversation about jobs, this is also a social and cultural conversation, right? And so what we're going to do is we're going to work with cities and towns across the north to bring work and ideas into this city and make ourselves an epicentre of that conversation. And the third thing we're going to do is we're just going to play host to great stuff, right? The UK City of Culture project is a national UK cultural festival hosted this time in Hull. And every 4 years it will go to a different city. And it's specifically designed to go to cities that, as Hull said in its bid, needs it and wants it, because it can be part of change. And that means actually the grand narrative is, in the next 40 years, this project can change 10 cities. And when you look at it on that scale, you start to get an idea of how important it is. And of course, things are already changing. We woke up on New Year's Day, some of us with clearer heads than others, to find out that Hull had been named one of the top 10 cities to visit in the world in 2016, and the only city in that top 10 list in the UK. Now, you could say that's a bit of PR puff. It is a bit, but it's a really important statement that the world has started to look over the wall and go, what's happening here then? And our job now is to celebrate that and use 17 as a shop window for Hull. It's not just about putting great art on. There will be great art, there'll be great stuff, but it's also about using that to attract more investment, more jobs, and more visitors to the city. Okay? That starts with all of us. 250,000 members of this city, people who live here, also in the East Riding, because a lot of people who live in the East Riding work here, getting together and say, it's not just about me, it's not just about the team of people that we've got in Culture Towers in the Old Town driving this project, it's about everyone, okay? And then what we do is we reach out and we find partners to help us do that. And I'm really pleased this morning to be part of this announcement that says that the Sewell Group has joined us as a major partner to this project. And whilst we've got some really great sponsors on board already, including the might of BP and Yorkshire Water and other public bodies, Paul is the one of Hull, is the first of Hull's great entrepreneurs to step up and say, I'm in. And that means today is a great day because whilst we want to push this nationally, we cannot do it without that local connection. This year you'll see a much more public face on it. In a few weeks' time we're going to launch our grants programme that's specifically designed for communities and people in Hull who want to do something, don't need me to do it, but want a few quid to do it, to apply for that money. A few weeks later we're going to launch our volunteering programme. We need 4,000 people to help us put this year on. Everything from backstage, front stage, standing on the streets, welcoming people. Remember that I've committed that we're going to bring 1 million extra people into Hull that year. They're going to be wanted to be welcomed, and the most important thing that needs to happen is they need to go away and say, I'm going to tell everyone to come, and I'm going to go back. So those 4,000 people will be at the heart of everything that we do. And I really hope that some of you might step up and join us on that one. Later on in the year, we'll be announcing more details about everything that's coming here. We're going to have some great UK events here. The only thing we've announced so far is the Turner Prize, but there are more things like that coming. There's more music gigs coming, and lots of other stuff. The basic deal on the program is, my promise to you is, I guarantee you that when you open that program in September, because we're going to launch it in September, you'll find something that you want to go to, right? The deal is, if I deliver on that promise to you, I want you to reopen the program, pick something you'd never go to in a million years, and go to that. Because actually the year should be a journey of discovery. It is one for me. I look like I know what I'm doing. I don't. I learn something every day. I've never put on 365 days of programming. We learn how to do that every day back at base. And hopefully that's the deal that we can make. Okay? So my thanks to Paul Sewell, my thanks to the whole group. You are absolutely part of this now. It means you're complicit in it. So you're complicit in its success and or its failure, but it won't fail because we're building an army of people to do it. Do get involved and help us, and welcome the Sewell Group as our major partner on 2017.